The video you are about to watch was made for entertainment purposes only. The views and opinions expressed in this video are those of the content creators themselves and should not be taken personally. So sit back and enjoy.
We have more breaking news tonight. America is on the verge of martial law, according to Governor Newsom of California, as Donald Trump federalizes the National Guard of Texas and is sending federal troops to Chicago and Oregon from Texas against the wishes of those governors and without even notifying those states that a federal invasion is taking place. That was the word Governor Pritzker of Chicago, Illinois used to describe what Trump is doing. Guys, he's doing a military takeover of our country. That's what he's doing. Appears to be illegal. Court in Oregon yesterday said it was illegal, said it was akin to martial law, and that under the Constitution that wasn't allowed, certainly for the fake excuses Trump was giving, claiming that there's international terrorism afoot in every state. He means Democrats, and he said it today. Trump at the Naval Academy literally said that Democrats were a gnat that they needed to get rid of. How exactly is he planning on getting rid of us, Donald? This is incredibly dangerous, guys. We're entering a really dangerous territory here. I am really not sure what we do. But we've got to keep calling out on this. We've got to keep standing up against it. People need to organize. People need to rally. People need to talk to their friends and warn them this is coming.
Tripping right now? Why is there a rifle case in the middle of the seaport? I'm right in front of my building right now, in the middle of the city. There's just a rifle case sitting here. Like, everybody just walks by it. Like, am I tripping? Like, we're literally in the middle of the seaport. Like, yeah. Like, yeah, look at it. That is weird, bro. It is weird. There's a rifle case sitting here. Somebody just left? Like, what? Like, I'm not even making this up. Like, what? Should I take it? The hell?
About y'all, but I think we could all take a page out of that fella's notebook that just burnt his whole fucking job down because they weren't paying him a living wage. Let's set this motherfucker fire.
Melania said that she's not a victim of Jeffrey Epstein. Okay. And I'm not eating a cheeseburger right now.
Melania Trump, out of nowhere, comes out and denies ties with Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell. She also said that she thinks their victims should be able to testify in front of Congress. Now, my question is, why did she take so long to say anything? Is she just finding out about this? Let me guess, in 2 years, she's going to condemn the war in Iran. She's going to be like, I didn't know we bombed Iran. I was getting pedicure.
According to my source in D.C., the reason why Melania is speaking out now is because there are receipts about to be leaked. Like literal receipts. Like a purchase agreement.
I'm sorry. She's really making a whole press conference being mad that people are connecting her with him. I wonder why we would do that. Stay mad. Go cry.
Trump is crashing out. Like, apparently he didn't know about Melania's press conference. He didn't know she was going to go on and say all those things about Jeffrey Epstein. And now, like, look at this. Look at his Truth Social. He is, this is long enough to be, like, written in a book or something. Like, what is he doing? He's going after, like, Tucker Carlson and Candace Owens and Marjorie Taylor Greene, like, all of these previously MAGA influencer people that have now come out against him. He is crashing out. And then he posts this. I'm sorry, sir, but you're the president. You're the president of the United States. You don't need to be threatening the Iran people, government, on your social media and say, it's your deal. You made a deal with them. Don't you know what's in your own deal? Why are you now saying they better not? This is so embarrassing. I can't believe he didn't know she was going to do that. What's your game, Melania?
The United States government is engaged in an active cover-up of the largest trafficking scandal and influence peddling scandal in the history of the United States, and Donald Trump is right at the center of it. And the person who is living to provide the evidence, who knows what is going on, is trying to invoke the Fifth to buy her clemency. Donald Trump is not only named thousands of times in the latest release from the Department of Justice, he is named over 38,000 times in the files that were released 2 weeks ago alone. And we know that that only represents half of the files that the Department of Justice has in its possession, including files that were used for direct investigations of perpetrators, people who committed crimes, people who were co-conspirators in those crimes, and individuals who knew of those crimes.
Enjoying yourself?
You know, covering everything.
Nothing better to do?
Honor your oath. How about honor your oath, bitch? How about that? Honor your oath. Oh, there you go.
I didn't do nothing. I didn't say nothing.
You're supposed to get lost. This guy goes to jail. He goes to jail. Let's go. Put your hands behind your back. Yep. Let's go. You go to jail. Bro. Big mouth.
I'm just watching. I'm watching. I didn't do nothing.
Hey, I'm my glasses.
Party's over.
I'm gonna have a heart attack. You're fucking pushing me.
That is what violating someone's First Amendment right looks like. Those two people were standing in public, filming public servants. They hadn't said a word to the officers as they were walking by. The first person to say anything in that interaction was, who I can only assume, the commanding officer of that bunch. And I'm just guessing based on the fancy little decorative patches that he has on his sleeves. Those two individuals were put into handcuffs and seemingly wrestled to the ground to do so for speaking. The cop got his feelings hurt, so he decided to arrest them. Some may argue that, well, you can't swear in public in Las Vegas, that can be considered disturbing the peace, to which I would answer, how can the officer hide behind a disturbing the peace charge when he was the one who initially disturbed the peace?
Ask yourself this, if they can automatically enroll you when you're 18 as a man to be in the draft, why can't they automatically register you as an American to vote when you turn 18?
Hey, just really quickly, Texas and Florida are both blue states now. Do you know how bad you must be to turn Texas and Florida blue? It's only his first year.
I wish this was fake, but the FDA actually just approved a man-made dye that can use the label no artificial color. Despite its name, beetroot red contains no actual beets. It is produced through precision fermentation from a small sliver of DNA. That genetically engineered yeast is placed in industrial stainless steel fermentation tanks and fed simple sugars and minerals. Normally, they would have to disclose bioengineered food, but since the GMO DNA is absent in the final product, they were able to bypass this disclosure agreement. What the FDA also doesn't tell you is it allows common carrier agents like gum arabic and maltodextrin to be used in the process yet not labeled. Beetroot red was also approved shortly after a petition was submitted by Phytolon, the Israeli biotech startup that created it. That approval also comes with new labeling rules so products using it can display no artificial colors despite this being made through synthetic biology. And this is all while the primary safety profile is on a 90-day rat study and this compound never being studied in humans. The product was expected to hit US markets this week but has now been delayed, yet it is still coming. Timing is also pretty wild with artificial food dyes like Red 40 just starting to be phased out of the food supply. I don't think it would be too far to say that most consumers would expect it would be replaced by real beet juice or paprika or just not coloring our food. Beetroot red is a clear example of why we should be eating our food from farmers and not people in lab coats. You can use localized to find those small farmers near you.
So we are trying to microwave some black beans. They're originally in a can. They were cooked though, and we're just warming them up. I'm 1
Oh, what is this? Look at that.
Why is there metal in our food?
There's flowers?
Ну, этот нормально-то, а вот этот вообще вот такое впечатление еще в этом. Чем больше химии, ребята, будет, тем будет целее доходить вам цветок. Меньше химии, меньше цветка. Все, спасибо. Едем, все показал вам.
Jeez, oh man. No way. So we can't even smell the roses anymore? It's everything. It's literally everything. What have they not poisoned? It honestly might be a shorter list of things that they have not poisoned than the things that they do poison.
Does anyone else remember that Trump refused to put his hand on the Bible during his second inauguration?
Was President Truman aware of MK Ultra beginning? Like, was he sort of encouraging it, or?
Well, he early on went to CIA Director Ellen Dulles and told him to start experiments on mind control and these other things. I think the actual code name MK Ultra started a couple of years later under President Eisenhower, but yes, he was aware of it as well.
Diddy is going to get hemmed up for Tupac's murder. Did you guys hear about this? Check this out.
Welcome back to Court TV Live. We are following new developments in the case of the hip-hop mogul who is facing RICO charges in New York, Sean P. Diddy Combs. Court TV has just confirmed that the family of Tupac Shakur is investigating a potential link between the murder of Tupac and Sean Diddy Combs. This coming from attorney Alex Spiro, who represents Tupac's family. Now, this investigation had been previously reported by unnamed sources, but earlier today, Spiro confirmed to our Court TV team that he and a team of investigators has been hired. Sean Combs allegedly had business dealings with Dwayne Keefe D. Davis, who will go on trial next March for the murder of Tupac. This was back in 1996. Some have speculated that Diddy ordered Tupac's death. That, of course, is just a theory at this point, and we are monitoring the developments in both the Tupac murder trial and the federal indictment of Sean Diddy Combs. So a lot of information to come on that one.
Well, breaking fuck the news, as you guys can tell, I'm streaming. If you're in the stream right now, you see the paused screen. I'll flip the camera for a second. It's paused right here. Donald Trump just posted this video to his Truth Social. It is of a woman getting murdered. I don't know with what. It looks like it's a hammer. The president of the United States just posted this, and this is what the caption says. An illegal alien criminal from Haiti who was released into our country by the worst president in history, crooked Joe Biden, and the radical left Democrats in Congress just beat an innocent woman to death with a hammer at a gas station in Florida. The video of her brutal slaying is one of the most vicious things you will ever see. The animal was allowed to stay here because the Biden administration granted him and all Haitians temporary protective status.
He has to do the most extreme thing possible.
A massively abused and fraudulent program, which my administration is working to terminate, but deranged liberal district court judges are standing in our way. This one killing should be enough for the radical judges to stop impeding my administration's immigration policies and allow us to end this scam once and for all. To my fellow Republicans and frankly all common sense Americans, never forget that Joe Biden and the Democrat Party turned the United States of America into a dumping ground, allowing tens of millions of criminals, lunatics, and mentally insane from all over the world to pour into our country totally unvetted and unchecked through our wide open borders. As I've said all along, if you import the third world, you become the third world. And this is what happened over the 4 years of Democrat control. We are rapidly trying to reverse this decline through deportations, but if Democrats are ever given another chance of power, holy fuck, he's using this as a midterm bid. God, dog. But if the Democrats are ever given another chance of power, they will immediately reopen the border and allow America to once again be a safe haven for criminals. Please say a prayer for the innocent woman's family. We will ensure quick and severe justice is served in this case. I don't recommend you watch this tape. Then why the fuck would you post it?
Put it on there?
Oh my God, because it's so terrible, but felt I had an obligation to put it up so that people can see what Democrats are protecting and wanting to come into our country. Even now, after all we've been through, again, viewer discretion is advised. Please don't go watch this video.
So Donald Trump just signed a directive that allows the DOJ, the FBI, state law enforcement, and local law enforcement the ability to not only monitor what you're saying online, but actually arrest you if what you're saying online goes against the language dictated in this directive. So if you're saying anything that is anti-American, anti-Christianity, anti-Israel, anti-Iran, anti-capitalism, and anti-pedophilia, you could potentially be arrested. He calls this directive NSFM-7. But lucky for us, old Donny Boy has never read the Constitution, so he doesn't understand that we have the freedom of speech. So he can just STFU and then SMMFD all day long.
Yeah, so now apparently they want us to buy coolers that just melt. $10 for it to just melt. They're like made out of cardboard and it melts. So like you put your drinks in it and they last 5 days and then it melts.
No, seriously, can someone explain to me why there's so many people in Las Vegas that drive with no license plate? This is every single day. Every single day, I see about 20 cars that are driving with no license, no registration. I'm not no op. I don't care. I'm just wondering why they feel so safely doing so. I don't get it.
They got her and replaced her, y'all. Another one gone, allegedly. This is legendary Hollywood actress Leah Remini, and she starred from 1999 until 2007 in the hit show King of Queens. However, a lot of people think she's gone because she just put up photos, and this is now what she looks like. Now remember, when she was on show like King of Queens, this is what she looked like. When she was fighting Scientology and telling everybody it was a cult, allegedly, this is what she looked like. Now, this is what we're getting, and she's spoken up. She has said that she hasn't had any work done whatsoever. In fact, anything she's done is just Botox and injections to make sure her skin is smooth and she has a flawless beauty routine. Problem is, homegirl, you look nothing like you used to. You look like a totally different person. And with all this stuff coming out in the files, people are wondering, especially because she went after Scientology so hard, is what we're seeing the fact that maybe she spoke too much truth. Maybe she was too loud, and maybe allegedly she was replaced, allegedly for entertainment purposes only, no facts.
This right here is an example of what is now being referred to as sneakflation. We've all heard inflation, shrinkflation. Well, this is shrinkflation's ugly cousin, sneakflation. And that is where they just kind of use plastic or packaging to manipulate how much you think you're getting. So if you notice, right before he opened that up, it was, decorative packaging to make it look like, oh, all of the candies will probably, go the full length of the grid. Nope. It's just an empty spot, but you can't see that because the packaging hides it. So that allows the maker of this product to put 2 or more less little truffle candy things in there.
Really? Okay, so I'm gonna do a little experiment. Bacon, 375 grams. Selection, it says thick cut. All right, got my scale here, it's set to grams. Let's see. Oh, well, would you look at that?
Yep, 100 grams less than you thought you were getting. Says 375 grams on the packaging. They weighed it before even opening it, and it was 100 grams less.
I've been trying to figure out what the fuck's been wrong with my Uncrustables, because they just haven't been, there's been something off about them recently. I went on Reddit. They used to be 2.8 ounces.
A man was sued for $8,500 after building a self-sufficient cabin and was then forced to spend $50,000 to connect to municipal systems. Miller, who lives in Washington state, bought 5 acres of woodland and spent 3 years building a cabin. Solar panels on the roof provided his electricity, and a rainwater collection system supplied his drinking water. Miller said he did not rely on any city infrastructure and was fully capable of handling his own way of life. But not long after, an inspector found him and issued him an $8,500 fine because his home was not connected to municipal systems. The inspector said that as long as the land was within their service area, the residents had to be connected to the city's water, sewer, and electric systems. But Miller's home was still a full quarter-mile from the nearest connection point, and he would have to spend another $50,000 to hook up to those systems. Miller could not accept that. So he posted the incident online to seek help, and it instantly sparked huge controversy. Some people believed Miller's cabin posed serious safety risks, and that connecting to the system was necessary. But far more people felt they were forcing Miller to spend $50,000 to connect to a system he did not need. They were just doing it for tax revenue. And they could not accept that someone might actually live without depending on them. Miller said he had already hired a lawyer and was considering suing the county government for violating his property rights and freedom of lifestyle.